Back when I first got my license, the first car that I ever had was a 2004 Ford Ranger XLT. And depending on who you ask, I drove that thing like an asshole. I think I drove it fine, and obviously I did some stupid things. I've been pulled over for a number that I'm not very happy to say and a number that I'm not very happy to admit, and I risked my life and almost caught a felony in it, just to make an event for my friend. But those are other stories. This story entails me driving back from a neighboring town to get back to my house. Now, my house is in town 1, and I was in town 2 giving somebody some, random item that I was getting rid of. I put on my story that I was getting rid of it. They said they wanted it. I drove to neighboring town to bring it to them, and then I drove back. I was not a big fan of interstates, and the road that my house is kind of on happens to be one of the roads in a series of roads that you can take to get to town number 2. So I was on my way back, and I was on that road that my house is off of, and it's a pretty long road. It's probably the longest of the roads that you have to take to get to that town. And what I see off in the distance in the oncoming traffic lane looks to be my neighbor and my best friend, who for this story I'll call Noah. Now, there's 2 things you need to know about Noah. 1, he is a raging homosexual. That really has nothing to do with the story. But 2, he drives a kind of rare truck. It's very similar to mine. He drove a 96 Mazda pickup. I think it was a B2300. And it looks very similar to mine from a distance. However, it's Mazda branded. But also, not many people in my hometown area drive that kind of vehicle. Plus, it's like this white truck. It's got rust damage in certain spots from sitting out in the rain all these years before he drove it. But very recognizable truck. And I'm 90% positive I can see him. He has this very recognizable, black hair, but it's an 09 Justin Bieber, Bob. So I'm pretty sure it's him. And assumptively it's him, because he also takes that road to get to town number 2 in order to get to his job. He takes that road every time he goes to work. So I assume, I'm driving home, I see him going to his job, I think about the whole Southern hospitality thing, might give him a little honk or a wave, and for some reason today I thought that was pussy shit. And so I don't even know what possessed me to do this. I was I just grabbed the wheel of my truck and I swerved into his lane, the oncoming traffic lane. And keep in mind, I'm speeding. I'm going about 55 and a 45 right now, and I'm just barreling towards him full speed. And I'm I have my windows down, and I'm sticking my tongue out at him, and I'm hurling insults. I'm no, you cocksucking twink. Hey, you fat bitch. Just trying to fuck with him, make him piss his pants a little bit. I don't know. For some odd reason, I thought this was absolutely hilarious. And I mean, I am just barreling towards him. I slammed the gas too, so now I'm going about 65. Just fucking arm out the window, sticking my tongue out at him, calling him gay. Like some freak out of a Mad Max movie. And obviously, I scare the shit out of him. He completely stops the truck. And this is a straight shot of road, so although we started originally kind of far apart, you can see where each other are. So he brings the truck to a complete stop. I'm about 150 yards away from him at this point. I swerve back into my lane. I get right up to where we can trade glances through the window at each other. And I go to wave at him and laugh in his face. I turn over and I get a good look at the guy in the driver's seat. This is not my friend Noah. At all. This is some random middle-aged Latino man that has a black 09 Bieber bob cut for some reason, and he is just traumatized, just frozen at the wheel. So now I'm fuck, I gotta get out of here. So I floor it down to the end of the road. I get back into my little neighborhood for my house. I fucking park my vehicle. I just go inside, and I oh my god, I regret it all. This poor Latino man. I just traumatized him for life. He's fucking, ay caramba, just petrified at the wheel, eyes wide open. I could see every little bit of white in that man's eyes. I was so fucking embarrassed. Anywho, if you guys enjoyed this story, please feel free to like and subscribe and share this video with a friend, because if you enjoyed, they might as well. Be sure to follow me on my other social medias. And, yeah, if this video does pretty well, I might do some more story times. I have plenty of them, and I kind of want to just make them anyway. Simply due to the fact that I only live once, and I don't want to spend my whole life trying to remember shit I've done. I'd rather just be able to document it and be done. But, yeah, anyways, be good people, and peace out.
With the ball like a skater, I'm in Montreal getting canned of the paper. Biggest fan to a hater.